Hello there. My name is Augustine Cortez, and it's a great pleasure to introduce you to Learnio and welcome you in. So there are four key points that I want to address in this video. First is I want to give context about the founding team. I want to articulate what our vision is for Learnio. I want to give an overview for our Learn Collectors NFT collection, and then how this server can be a space for you to learn Web3, because we know how overwhelming that is. Okay, so to begin with phase one, we'll discuss the founding team in our history. So there's a total of 3 co-founders, including myself, and we've been building in the education space for the past 2 years. We're building an educational startup called learn.com, and we scaled it, reached tens of thousands of users. We were growing, but then we became aware of Web3 capabilities. So for context, what we were doing with Learn is we wanted to build a platform that was going to be the home for the internet learner. It's important to note that none of the founders here have a degree, and we're combating the education system, this legacy protocol to validate one being educated, right? So we wanted to essentially bring education onto the internet, have a platform that would validate one's education, and build this new form of what it means to be educated online. So this was the premise of Learn, but with the current protocols of Web 2, legacy systems, that wasn't feasible. So when we find out about the capabilities of Web 3 and leveraging blockchain technology, this was a huge excitement. And this led to the pivot to create Learnio. So learning further about Web3, blockchain, education, we really found a very ambitious vision that we want to execute on. And this is part 2 of explaining the core concepts of the video. So for part 2 with Learnio, we want to build a protocol that will create an economy for the exchange of value pertaining to education. Now that's a big conversation in itself, but we really want to find incentives and work on tokenomic systems that will incentivize learners, educators, and create validity for what an internet learner learns online. And this is all feasible with the power of blockchain. And if we do appropriate incentives, tokenomics, and essentially execute this right, we could create a new system, a new protocol for what it means to be educated. And this is very, very, very exciting for us. It's the realm that I get completely obsessed in because I've experienced so many issues with not having the system exist. And this is something that I wish existed for myself, but more importantly, I believe this could be the system for the future generations on what it means to be educated. And this makes Learnio completely mission centric. We're not here for a short-term form of revenue. We're here to really cause impact, change, and it'll be exciting because as we grow and how blockchain processes grow, is you can start off very early, reward smaller networks, but as you grow, the exponential return will be phenomenal for the early adopters. And I'll get to that towards the end, but with the goal of to create this economy of value for education with Learnio, we have to essentially start from ground up. And this transitions to the third point of the video with our Learners collection. So with the Learners collection, what we want to do is do this NFT that utilizes education, and this will be a huge process to allow us to start trickling forms of revenue, build a community, build validity within the space, and then start evolving and start executing to reach the end goal. So this leads to the roadmap that we have for learners. As you can see, they will be very learning and education centric. We want to build a learned DAO. We want to build a Web3 school. We want to buy physical land to build ultimate learning space, like a very sacred space called Cognia, where it's intellectual heaven. We really want to bring subject matter experts and start doing online courses and providing new forms of curriculum. We want to do live conferences for Learntopia, where it's all about learn from subject matter experts, and do exciting work in the Web3 space and tying it to education. So all this would be under the Learners NFT collection because it will essentially be our product that we are allowing the community to take part of. And as we grow as a community and we start incentivizing new forms of revenue and subjective value within the collection, it will give us more validity and more momentum to reach the end goal of Learnio. And this leads to the fourth point of how this can be a space for you to grow and have an opportunity in Web3. So this server, its main purpose is to create a space and ambiance for you to learn Web3. You can drop questions, you can engage in chats, and you can essentially be a learner in Web3 for this server. And we're very strategic on the name, the concepts that we wanted to build. But in this server, we want to create a space that will allow people to learn Web3. We know that's a very overwhelming experience. There's so many things that you got to checklist, and there's going to be a lot of confusion. So if we create this internal space and this internal community, we can foster an effective learning space. And this is only possible if the community interacts, engages, and gardens the relationships internally. And if we do this, it all circles back to the economy and to this holistic viewpoint that we want to take action on, which is to change education, to bring education onto the internet. This is going to be the future system for the generations to come. And if we build this, if we collectively do it together, which is going to have to happen because we can't do it alone, we're going to be doing great change. This is a mission-centric operation. And as we evolve, we want to grow with the community, introduce opportunities as we evolve into a DAO, find ways to do grants, find ways to tokenize growth for other educational ventures, and really just start tackling things from multiple angles, because that's what it's going to take. Okay, so I hope this video was insightful. As you can see, it's very ambitious, but we don't shy away. When we launched Learn, it was completely wild, and we didn't know what we were up against, but we didn't shy away. And it's the same story here. It's completely ambitious, going against the unknown, but we're not shying away, and we're here for it because we believe in what we're doing. And I'd like to invite you to really take part of this, be part of the story, engage with us, grow with us, and we can really do something very, very grand here. Okay, so I hope this was insightful, and I hope to hear from you soon. And thank you very much for your time.